The other day she was like, tell me about Daddy's day in heaven. So we talk about that at night. And then sometimes I'll say, well, tell me what you think he did in heaven today. And I just try to make it exciting, because heaven's our home. So I just want her to know that Daddy is having so much fun and building a place for her and our family.
We've seen it time and time again. Erika Kirk spinning stories that just don't line up. She once said she'd never dated before Charlie, then later claimed she didn't drink. But lying about your own children, or even pretending to be pregnant, that's a whole different game entirely. This isn't just messy, it's chilling. So what's really going on here? Is Erika simply cold and calculated, or could she be part of something much bigger? Maybe even acting out a script someone else handed her? Well, according to her estranged half-sister, Tanya Egret, it might actually be both. Tanya is saying something so wild it's almost hard to believe. She claims Erika faked her pregnancies and that neither of those kids are biologically hers. Sounds unreal, right? But then again, everything about Erika's story feels like it's been built on shaky ground. And if these rumors hold any truth, they would explain a lot. Because when you really start looking, there isn't a single solid photo of Erika during either pregnancy. Just one suspicious ultrasound clip. And believe me, we're going to talk about why that footage doesn't add up later on. Now, Erika says she stayed out of the public eye for privacy reasons. Really? Privacy? From Erika Kirk? This is the same woman who filmed herself sobbing over her late husband and posted it online for millions to see. She even allowed merchandise to be sold at the funeral and set up a tent replica of the scene, charging fans to take selfies with it. And we're supposed to believe she disappeared for 9 months, twice, because she wanted peace and quiet? Come on. Not a single real photo has ever surfaced. So now people are wondering, are those 2 kids whose faces we never see just props in this whole strange setup? And where does Charlie fit into all of this? Was he part of it? Or was he being deceived from the start? According to what Erika's half-sister has revealed, we might finally be getting some real answers. Let's break it down. Because this part of the story is brand new, and it's wild. First off, Erika has never once mentioned having a half-sister.
When I was pregnant, hid. Not because I was embarrassed, not because I didn't want anyone. Yes, we did keep it very private, but it's because it was a moment very sacred.
Which already raises eyebrows. From everything that's come out, the 2 of them appear to be completely estranged. But here's the thing. This half-sister isn't some internet myth or random online rumor. She's very real, and there's actual paperwork to prove it. Public divorce documents from Erika's mother, Lori Franny, clearly state that Lori has 2 daughters, Erika and an older daughter named Tanya Egret, born the 5th of December, 1969. So this isn't hearsay. It's right there in black and white legal documentation. According to those same files, when Lori split from Erika's father, Kent Fran, back in 1998, Erika was still living with her mom, while Tanya was already out of the house. That means there's a significant age gap between them, and likely completely different childhoods, values, and experiences shaping who they became. But there's still one mystery that remains unclear: Tanya's father. The records don't specify who he is, and it's unknown whether Lori was married before Kent or if Tanya came from an earlier relationship. Either way, what comes next makes this even more unbelievable. Apparently, an anonymous insider, claiming to know Tanya personally, sent a direct message to Candace Owens, yes, the same Candace who's been vocal about this entire situation. And according to this tip, the claim is jaw-dropping. They allege that Erika was never pregnant at all. They insist the entire thing was fabricated, that the pregnancies were staged, and that the only reason we ever saw that one ultrasound clip was because it was all set up for show. Now, let's get into that ultrasound footage, because this is where things get even stranger. Erika once posted a slick montage video on Instagram showing a positive pregnancy test, ultrasound visuals, and hospital scenes, with her belly on display. You even see Charlie in some of those clips, along with Erika's mother, Lori. So at first glance, you might think, all right, that proves it, right? But when you look closer, the timing and angles don't quite add up, and that's where the real questions begin. At first glance, that footage might look like proof that Erika was pregnant. But when you start examining it more closely, things stop making sense. Because here's the problem.
Are these. Erika Kirk provided this as proof of where she was September 9th.
We already know Erika Kirk has a habit of...
Nothing else actually confirms it. Let's start with the sonogram itself. The name printed on it doesn't read Erika Kirk. It shows Erika using only her maiden name. Why would any hospital list it that way if she was publicly known as Kirk at the time? And that's not the only odd detail. The format is off too. In standard medical documentation, the last name is usually written first. So it should read Fron Erika, not Erika Fron. It may sound like a small thing, but when you stack all these inconsistencies together, it starts to look more like a pattern than a coincidence. Now, here's where it takes an even stranger turn. Candace Owens recently revealed that a whistleblower came forward claiming someone who looked exactly like Erika was spotted at a classified military meeting just one day before Charlie's tragic incident. Erika hasn't publicly commented on those allegations. Instead of addressing them herself, she reportedly sent TPUSA spokesman Andrew Cole to smooth things over. And that move didn't exactly help her case. According to reports, Andrew reached out to a random YouTuber and provided what was supposed to be Erika's proof that she was nowhere near that location. He sent a photo dated the 9th of September, showing two children whose faces were completely covered by Erika's finger, supposedly to protect their privacy. That image was meant to serve as her alibi, proving she was with her kids that day. But there's a major issue. Whose kids are those, really? Take a closer look. The little boy in that photo appears to be around 3 or 4 years old. But, according to public records, Charlie's son would have been only about 16 months old at the time. Born in May 2024. There's just no way the child in that picture is under 2 years old, even if he were unusually tall for his age. And when you compare it to an earlier photo from their son's first birthday, taken just 4 months prior, the difference is striking. The boy in the birthday photo clearly looks like a toddler, while the one in the alibi image appears significantly older. So now people are asking, whose child did Erika actually use for that the 9th of September post? And it doesn't stop there. During interviews, when Charlie was still alive, Erika often spoke about her daughter but barely mentioned their son, almost as if he didn't exist in her narrative.
And I said, if ever you want to talk to Daddy, you just look up to the sky and start talking to him. He can hear you. It's always you.
And let's not forget, she also claimed to have undergone C-sections for both births, using that as the reason she was hesitant about having another baby. But when every piece of evidence surrounding these supposed pregnancies starts to look questionable, that explanation suddenly doesn't carry as much weight. As strange as it already sounds, the story doesn't stop there. What comes next makes this entire situation feel even murkier. Once people began piecing together the inconsistencies in Erika's pregnancy timeline, a new wave of questions flooded the internet. Suddenly, what once looked like a simple family mystery started to resemble something far more calculated, a performance that may have gone on for years without anyone realizing it. After Charlie's passing, Erika's public image shifted almost overnight. Gone was the soft-spoken, private figure the public once knew. In her place emerged someone entirely different. Polished, confident, camera-ready, and somehow always one step ahead of every rumor. But what stood out wasn't just the transformation. It was how perfectly timed everything seemed, almost as if she'd been preparing for it. According to Tanya Egret, the half-sister who's been quietly sharing what she knows, this pattern goes back much further. Tanya allegedly told close friends that Erika had always been deeply theatrical, obsessed with image and status since her teenage years. She described her as someone who could shift personalities depending on who she was with. While that might sound harmless at first, in hindsight, it adds another layer to this already puzzling situation. Because when you line up Erika's story, it feels as though each chapter was written with public sympathy in mind. The grieving widow, the strong single mother, the woman finding purpose through pain. It's a narrative that plays perfectly on emotion, and that's exactly what kept people hooked. But now, with all these new claims surfacing, people are starting to ask, was it all staged from the beginning? One of the biggest turning points came when fans revisited Erika's early interviews after Charlie's passing. In one of them, she talked about